Time now for Sid 6-0. This is where I get 60 seconds to just think with my mouth. Thank you. I want to say something off the front here for people who aren't aware, because some of you don't follow hockey like that. The Arizona Coyotes are the worst team in the history of the National Hockey League. The worst. They play the season out of a 5,000-seat facility at Arizona State because they don't have a home. That's not a joke. The roster's the worst I've ever seen. And they want to lose because this kid, Connor Bedard, is going to be the first-round pick next year. He's that good. So winning is not really high on their priority list. And they went into Toronto last night and won 4-2. 4-2. Here's what Sheldon Keefe had to say afterwards.
Certain area to improve. I know there's a lot of areas to improve. You're only 4 games in. The guys haven't found the rhythm. Our best people have not found the rhythm. So maybe really look at it. The difference between us and Arizona is that we have elite players. And our elite players didn't play like elite players today. Couldn't make a difference. So in that sense, the game is going to be close. It's just that's the way it goes when those guys don't make the difference that they can.
Donnovan Bennett from Sportsnet joining me. Donnovan, good morning. Night one of the NHL season, less than a week ago, by the way, Sheldon Keefe called out his team saying the Montreal performance was unacceptable. Last night, he's now going after his most highly paid people. Now, I'm not saying he's wrong, but if you want a blueprint for how coaches get fired early, that's basically it, isn't it?
That would be it. And, some of those highly paid people, whether it's Mitch Marner or John Tavares or Morgan Riley or William Nylander right now are point-per-game players. So I suppose unless he's speaking specifically about Austin Matthews, whose only goal this year came via tip, I think he gets paid to motivate those elite players. Last time we talked in this segment about the Leafs, we're talking about their goal song, a much lighter conversation. Based off that clip, maybe it should be laugh now, cry later, because I think that is where Sheldon Keefe is, where he kind of is laughing this away. And I'm not ready to overreact just yet because, the formula to basically look at your life is happiness relative to expectations, right? And so maybe we shouldn't expect more at this point because, in fairness, we're going to judge this team not what they do in October or November or December. We're going to judge them by what they do in the spring. So I'm not going to overreact. They have 7-8 games left. They are 2-2. They're playing with a third-string goalie. And so the optics of losing to last year's 31st place team, Arizona, who you rightly point out, essentially is playing in their version of St. Michael's Arena, or the last year's 32nd place team in Montreal isn't good. The reality is that they're currently 2 points out of first place in the conference. I don't know if Sheldon Keefe continues to address the media talking about his best players like that, if he will make it to the spring, because I know one name that was trending from that organization, it was Kyle Dubas last night. And I know Sheldon Keefe is his boy, but I don't know if you can continue to watch that and then hear that and stand pat for more months to come. So it'll be fascinating, but I know those elite players that he's referring to, they're going to be on the team at the end of the year. The cap says so. Quite frankly, the construction of the roster says so. So if anything, he has to change to get them to play well, not just expect them to change on their own.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. They've lost first-round series after first. They're not going. The Stars aren't going anywhere. We've established this with the Leafs. So then what do? Engvall and Kerfoot going to step up? Sure. Those two guys don't make the lineup of the Colorado Avalanche last year, who won the Stanley Cup, let alone help out Matthews and Marner when they need it the most. Give me a break with that. We got to go. Appreciate you, Donnovan. Thank you.
Don't dip French fries in anything other than ketchup.
Donnovan Bennett. Really? Okay. They're turning on all of us, Donnovan. Appreciate you. We're going to take a break. I love Donnovan.